Shalom. And I want to start it off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach, Kodesh. Double honors to my teachers, the head apostles, and elders, great Muslim. And salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forward this word with truth and sincerity. And you few Akwat as well, let's listen with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp, GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And in this one, hey, Folly is at an all-time high in this place, man. Okay, Folly is highly exalted in this kingdom. Okay, because one of the ways that you can acquire fame is by just doing folly, foolishness, and posting it on the net, man. Whether via Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, social media platform, you just post some folly, and then you get exalted, man. Which is very backward. People are not supposed to be exalted for folly, man. You're supposed to be exalted for doing something good, something righteous, right? But hey, says the devil is ruling. The wicked is ruling. Hey, the more foolishness you do, the more sinful acts that you do, he's gonna give you a pedestal, to the public, man. Okay? You know what? Let's look up that word folly quickly. Then we'll get Ecclesiastes. Okay? So this is folly, and the etymology online it says mental weakness, foolish behavior or character. Okay? So yeah, indeed, these people are indeed mentally weak, man. Their mental is not fortified. They're not strong mentally, right? Because what? Esau's destroying them, right? Like it says, an unwise king destroyed his people. Let's get that quickly. Okay? Esau is the problem. He's the root of it all, man. Okay? Because if he was a righteous king, he would uphold his people. He would fill his people with positivity, not give them, weak-ass entertainment, and poison food, and give them drugs to make them docile, right? To where they become dependent, of these drugs or whatnot. And then now, their mental fortitude is not strong, man. A lot of these people, they're mentally they're weak, man. They're suffering from anxiety, stress, depression. You know what I'm saying? And who's responsible? Who's at the root? None other than E himself, man. So let's read this. Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse. You know what? We'll read verse 1 to 3. Okay, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And that's true. Okay, a wise king will indeed instruct his people. Okay, we have for reference the kingdom of Solomon, right? When he was reigning over Israel for 40 years. That was a prime example of a wise judge, instructing his people. To where that when you read about it in the book of Kings, it said that he put, his own people in high positions. I'm roughly paraphrasing, Basically, he put the Israelites, up in game, gave them certain positions within the royal palace or whatever, people that he knows. And, there was a welfare system, right? Yeah, man. It was a glorious kingdom. Of course, the kingdom of heaven is going to triumph, that. Because, that was just basically a little glimpse, a little prelude of what we're going to get to enjoy in the kingdom. Okay, to continue, it says, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. In what manner of man the ruler of a city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And that's fact. Whoever rules, the people follows his vibration. And that's why currently these people, they're wicked, they have pride, and they're mentally weak, and they love doing folly, because what? They're following the vibration of E. Okay, verse 3, this is the point. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. You see, an unwise king destroyed his people, and indeed, Esau is unwise, man. The only thing is wise done, or N, is wickedness, which is not wisdom, like scriptures say. So he's responsible for these people having that mental weakness, man. Their mental not being fortified, protected, to where that people, they don't really filter their thoughts. They don't have a filtering process with their thoughts. Whatever comes in their mind, they just spew it out, man. Which is crazy. Because scriptures, hey, it's very strict about you, having rule over your tongue. Lest so you say something, and then, you condemn yourself. But let's read that definition again. Etymology online. Folly says mental weakness, foolish behavior, character, unwise conduct. Okay? It says folly, madness, stupidity, lewdness, wickedness, Indeed, that's what the society promotes, man. Okay, let's get Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter, and verse 5. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So this is an error, man. Okay, this is an error that we're currently living, man. All right? The fact that folly is set in great dignity, man, and a high estate, man. Fucking madness. Now we're in the age where you have streamers. A guy is sitting on his desk and just, streaming his whole day and then doing stupid shit. And people are loving it. You know what I'm saying? People are loving it, man. These people actually tapped in. There's people that actually watch these niggas 24/7, man. They're tapped into the streams, putting comments. Like, go do something with your life, man. What the fuck? Why are you wasting your time watching these people doing foolishness, man? It's because what? They're mentally weak. They love entertainment. This is bread and circus. Yeah, man. This has to be the end times, man. That's one thing that's been on my spirit this week, man. This has to be the end times, man. Because, yo, when you actually take a step back and analyze the things that's going on, man, you're like, yo, what the fuck if you were to go back 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you would never believe that we would be living this right now, man. In an age where people are just streaming and doing folly, man. Shit. You had that dude too, Bolt Gang, whole lot of gang shit, that nigga. That was stealing people's shit and running and you know what I'm saying? People doing pranks. I've seen people do pranks on their father, their mother, slapping them in the head, and then the father's just there taking it. Like, what the fuck? As if like their best friend. Yo, man, this is mad, man. You know, these people are doing these things just for likes and clout, man. Complete folly. But let's continue. Yeah, it says, and the rich sit in low place. And who are the rich? That's us, the Israelites, man. We're the ones sitting at a low place, which we're supposed to be in the high place, man. Okay. So it says, verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And that's true. Okay, servants on horses, man. Horses representing what? The power seat. Representing power, man. And who are those servants that's on the horse? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? Mass majority of them, of the so-called white race, they're descendants of Edom. But mainly it's their top governing class that's running the show. Your DuPonts, Rothschild, Oppenheimers, Gettys. Okay? They're the main ones running the show. So they're the ones sitting on horses. Well, here it is. And princes walking as servants upon the earth. And we're walking as servants, man. Well, we're supposed to be the ones on the horse. Okay? That's why you have folly on the all-time high, man. That's why things are so out of order, out of whack, out of place. Okay? Let's get Job. This is Job 10 and verse 21. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and of the shadow of death. Yeah, referring to America. That's the land of darkness and of the shadow of death, man. Okay? It says, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. You see? So it's a land without order. There's no order here, man. You know what I'm saying? The light is as darkness. Esau promotes darkness to you as if it's light. He promotes folly to you as if it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? He's presenting darkness as something beneficial, man. He's darkening the eyes of these people to where that they're not asking questions. If it's fun, it makes me laugh, and I get views, fuck it. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? That's one of Esau's tactics. One of his ways is just to promote these guys, and make the people and darken the eyes of these people, man. For them to be distracted by these things. You know what I'm saying? Well, Isaiah was at 60 or 61? No, 60. Isaiah 60 and verse 1. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shai is risen upon thee. Yeah, and indeed, light of the Lord has risen upon us, from the elect. Alright? It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Yeah, and gross darkness is indeed covering the people, man. They're in gross darkness, man. Okay? People are not studious. They don't ask questions. Esau presents them with a particular thing. They just gobble it up. They take it as face value. You know what I'm saying? Because what? Esau has darkened them. Esau has made them docile via his different weapons, different things that he has weaponized against these people, man. He has weaponized entertainment. Esau weaponized entertainment, man. Okay? People think they're just watching entertainment just, to divert the mind. But really, Esau is using it psychologically to make you more stupid, to make you more docile. Okay, especially with this telephone. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this telephone, man. Yo, these people, man, they're shit. If you were to go on their phone and go on their settings and look at their screen time, you'll be surprised, man. They spend a whole lot of time on their phone, man. And what are they doing? Watching Folly, scrolling to Gram, scrolling to TikTok, and watching Folly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the age that we live in, man. You know, especially when they're going to work, whether they're in a bus, metro, whatever. People's eyes are just strictly on their phone and then watching Folly, man. Which that's something we have to regularize too. Being the truth now, can't be always on the phone 24/7. You have to manage that time too, man. Because this device is a weapon. Okay, you gotta manage your screen time. Making sure you get into nature, things of that nature. Okay, you're reading. Doing things that's beneficial for the spirit, man. So let's leave it at that. Doing things that's beneficial for the spirit. Because Esau's attacking at all corners, man. All corners. But anyways, man, that was my spirit. And I was pondering upon this morning, about Folly. How this thing is highly exalted here, man. People get famous for the most stupid shit, man. It's like, damn. And it's the thing too, once you see it, you're like, what? What? This thing got famous for doing this dumb shit? And the people, they get influenced to wanna do the same thing too, man. Because it looks like it's easy. It is indeed easy, but what? It comes with you, how do I say this? It comes with you casting away your morals, and making a foolery of yourself. Like, why would you do that? But once again, these people are mentally weak, so they're gonna take the easy way out. And want to be like these people, want to be like Tyson Matt, want to be like, what's that nigga's name, Speed. Oh, let me stream and do some stupid shit, some flame shit. Madness, man. And Esau make sure he gives these niggas airtime. He puts these niggas in the algorithm so you come across them. That's right, they're playing ball. They're playing ball, man. Anyways, I'm gonna close it up there. Making all the praise on the glory. It's Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem. Lord willing, this vessel was edifying. Until next time, I'm gonna say, Shalom.